Now, a KIRO management editorial.
The spirit of the Northwest is KIRO.
At KIRO, we think broadcasting is a two-way street, so we want to hear from you. We're on the air 160 hours a week, and we want to know what you think we're doing right and what we're doing wrong. Give us your suggestions about our programming, our community service, or our people.
We're getting together, KIRO and you.
Write us, and thanks for helping us get better.
Magnum P.I, weekdays at 3 on KIRO TV.
This is KIRO Television, Channel 7, Seattle. We now join CBS News Nightwatch in progress.
And Paul maintains he's a member of the Phoenix Battalion, which only numbers 4 people. He talked about the battalion, his mission, and himself in a recent interview with Mike Wallace for the CBS News broadcast 60 Minutes, conducted in a Sandinista prison.
Let me go back. Let me try to understand who it is that you are, Mr. Hall. You're from the Midwest, Ohio.
Right.
Your brother is U.S. Congressman Tony Hall.
Right.
Another brother is a high school principal.
Correct.
You were an Olympic silver medalist.
Right.
Springboard diver.
Right.
You were a state representative.
Correct.
In Ohio. You were successful, mainstream American. Right?
Okay.
Then what happened?
Well, I got bored. I was spoiled. Fairly well-to-do family. I got on drugs. I was on drugs for a number of years. My father died a slow death. There were a number of happen. It was very depressing. I decided to shake the drugs and finally start doing something for somebody else instead of myself.
As Hall tells it, the next several years saw him emerging as a kind of self-promoting Rambo. He describes training as a commando in Israel, serving as what he calls a counter-terrorist in South Africa, Angola, El Salvador. He says he was Comandante of the Contras Mosquito Indian forces in Honduras. And then 10 days ago, as he tells it, he got involved in espionage in Nicaragua.
It's important. I want you to get it right. I don't want to look like an ass.
Right.
Okay?
Gotcha.
Because my kids are watching this.
Right.
I'm dedicated and I believe in what I'm doing.
Right. Tell me about the first night you say that you went out to Punta Huete and penetrated Punta Huete. What were you doing out there at night? What was the point of your going out there that night?
There's supposedly a big Soviet, I'm a little tired. I had about 2 hours sleep last night. Soviet Cubans are supposed to be in the area, mantling Mi-24s and Hip-8s. My main concern was find out what they're doing new in construction. Now we're talking fuel tanks, so on and so forth. What's underneath covered buildings?
And you're going to do this at night?
What you do, you scout the area, Mike, and then you find out where you want to, how you want to do it. You have 6 days.
6 days? Who's giving you 6 days?
Well, I want to get in and get out. Okay.
Get in and get out of?
Get out of Nicaragua. Get the job done and get out.
Right.
Roberto takes me to Punta Huete.
His Managua contact, codename Roberto.
He had never been up certain roads. Came to a guardhouse, he turned around. He said, now over here, I know there's a red water tower. So that was my reference point. I went over the fence. He left for 2 hours to let me alone. Came back over the fence after 2 hours. I showed him right where I went in and everything. Didn't see much. But it was just to scout the area.
Okay. The next day, what happened with you and the cab driver in the hotel?
Well, Roberto had to leave for another assignment to get his thing done. Picked up a cab at the front of the hotel. Had a map. I said, I want to go to Puerto Huerte. I just want to drive around, look around.
You told this to the cab driver?
Right.
In Spanish?
No. I can't speak Spanish well at all.
So you had the hotel guy tell the cab driver.
Right.
Take me to Puerto Huerte.
Correct. In the vicinity of Puerto Huerte. I just want to see the countryside, get to know Nicaragua. Drive out to Puerto Huerte, where we were the evening before. And we went up to the road that we didn't try to drive through the night before because of the guardhouse. Before we got there were 2 Sandinista soldiers walking up the road. The cab driver stops. to ask, are we going to the right spot? And then they said yes. Then ask us if we can get a ride. And that shook me up a little bit. So they jumped in a cab. And we went right into the base. They dropped the gate and all. We got up to the base. The two Sandinistas went off to the right. I asked if I could go with them, that I was a journalist and I had a fake journalist card, correspondent card.
Fake.
Fake. I was trying to be jovial, fun-loving American. Hey, can I go with you and all that? No, I can't. You have to be official. Okay, they said, can we drive down this road? Sure, go right ahead. And we went down that road, and by the time I came back, I was taking pictures out the back with a small camera. And they caught me with the camera with some neck. Then I was picked up.
Now, what about that Phoenix Battalion, the group for which he said he was spying?
Phoenix Battalion was formed as American Foreign Legion. I was picked as an American to go overseas. I was given some money, about $12,500.
By
certain people, private industry.
For the purpose of?
Forming an American Foreign Legion. It'd be an independent army where it was a counter-terrorist, a paramilitary unit, where we would be based in different locales around the world.
Hall asked us to check him out with two naval officers now retired. Captain William Hamilton, the man he told us invited him to the Pentagon, and Commander Francis Fain. Both Hamilton and Fain acknowledged to us yesterday that they had indeed encouraged him to organize an American Foreign Legion. Hall also claimed to be in contact with some of the key players in the private aid network reportedly sponsored by Colonel Oliver North out of the White House. For example, he says he met with Colonel North's reported courier to the Contras, Rob Owen, and with General John Singlaub, one of the Contras' key advisors. However, the indication is that Hall was a peripheral figure, floating on the edge of the Contra War until a few weeks ago, when he learned the autobiography he had been trying to get published had been rejected. His friends say that he was out of work and despondent when he made his decision to fly to Managua, where he is now under the control of the Sandinista Interior Minister, Tomas Borge.
He came here, you know, in order to spy. And probably also to do some terrorism.
If he came here to spy, for whom was he spying?
Si vino aquí para espiar,
Is
¿para
he
quién
employed by the
estaría
United States
espiando?
government?
¿Es un empleado del gobierno norteamericano?
Or any government
¿O otro
agency?
gobierno, otra agencia del gobierno norteamericano?
Él habla de tener
He says that
vinculación
he's linked
con organismos privados.
with private
Y
organizations.
nosotros a nivel de deducción
And we have deduced
pensamos que puede
that,
estar
and we think
ligado
that he's
a
probably
organismos
linked
que a su vez están ligados al
with
gobierno
organizations
norteamericano.
that, in their turn, are linked to the U.S. government.
Is Sam Hall a spy or is he mentally unbalanced? A question that may not be answered for some time to come. The Nicaraguan government says Hall will face a trial. Night Watch continues after this.
Sing a hymn for Christmas. Moving melodies to usher in the Yuletide spirit ahead on Night Watch.
Oh, tell it on the mountain.
Well, somebody's happy to be going to work.
I love my job.
I wish I could say that.
Bob.
I know. Look for a better job in the National Business Employment
Weekly. See? The best jobs available everywhere in the country. Professional, managerial, technical, at top companies.
Nice salaries.
$25,000 a year and up. There are articles to help you land a better job, how to look good in interviews, write a better resume, and the reason I still read it, articles to help you do better on the job. How to handle office politics, when to ask for a raise, how to deal with an impossible boss.
Okay, I'm convinced. I'm a National Business Employment Weekly reader.
Don't make a career move without it.
Ask for the National Business Employment Weekly at your newsstand. Or if you prefer, get the next 8 issues by first-class mail for $35. Call toll-free 800-527-5900. 8 weekly issues, $35. Call 800-527-5900 now.
Some flight. The food was cold. We're 2 hours late. Oh, now they lose my bag, and all I have to wear is a claim check. My head is splitting. I've got a headache this big, and it's screaming for Excedrin.
Excedrin, the headache medicine. Regular strength pain relievers give you only this much medicine, but it gives you this much more. Nothing proven stronger without a prescription.
I had a headache this big, but I took Excedrin, and it's gone.
Excedrin, the headache medicine, now in caplets too.
If you don't read the Wall Street Journal, you're saving a little time when you could be investing it.
Call 800-228-6260 for this special introductory offer. 13 weeks for just $29.50 with a money-back guarantee. 13 weeks, $29.50. Phone 800-228-6260 now for the Wall Street Journal.
There's no mistaking the smooth sound of Lou Rawls. Just listen. But here's a singer who backs up his crooning with commitment. 7 years ago, he decided to help qualified blacks get a good education. The result, the annual Lou Rawls Parade of Stars. It's a telethon to raise money for the United Negro College Fund. Donations help keep tuition low at the fund's 43 member colleges. Lou Rawls joins us from Los Angeles, along with Barbara Sullivan, chairperson of this telethon, and Vincent Bryson. He directs the United Negro College Fund in the Los Angeles area. Thank you all for being with us. Lou, let me ask you first. Now, this coming Saturday night, you're going to be on with this telethon. Who's going to be on with you?
Well, we've got quite a lineup, Fred. We've got Frank Sinatra, Bob Hope, George Burns, Charlton Heston, Aretha Franklin, Caesar.
And then now, how much money do you hope to raise, and how do you do it as a matter of mechanics?
Well, it's quite involved, but we hope to raise, I would say, in excess of $15 million if we can do that. And as far as the technical involvement of that side of it, I'm not quite into that as much. I'm just out here getting the entertainers, more or less, the stars, to participate as far as the show is concerned. And of course, I travel quite a bit for Anheuser-Busch, who was our initial underwriter for the show, and talked, to the different corporate structures around the country that show interest in what we're doing.
What are you going to sing?
What am I going to sing?
Yeah, what are you going to sing?
I'm singing. I'm doing a duet with Frank Sinatra, man. You ready for that?
Yeah, sure.
Yes, I'm going to do a duet with Frank Sinatra. We're going to do...
Oh, I'd like it. What's it going to be? You know
the song he did, All the Way?
Yeah.
We're going to do that.
Oh, that ought to...
I also do a duet with Shirley Caesar, too. We're going to do a gospel duet, because that's my root, actually. I thought it would be nice to reach back and pull some of those out.
Well, people got a lot to look forward to. Let me just ask Barbara, though. Barbara, you're trying to raise all this money. What are you going to ask people to do?
Well, we're going to ask people to pick up those phones and call in and give us pledges and donations toward the telethon. There are a lot of kids who are depending on us to raise funds for them that are in the 43 black colleges that we serve. So we're going to ask them to pick up those phones and give us the dollars for those kids so that they can have an education.
Okay, now let me ask Vincent this. Vincent, I know that there's been some, I know down in the South where I'm from, there's been some difference of opinion over the last few years as to the proper role of the black colleges down there, because some of them are really hurting financially, and some people are saying some of them should just phase their way out now that we have integrated education. How do you answer that?
Well, people have been saying that probably for some time, that there's no real need for black colleges. The facts are, though, that black colleges are serving a greater need now than ever before, because we are taking a lot of students that otherwise would have no chance for admission at majority colleges. We're taking a lot of students who would not have a chance because of financial reasons to attend college. And we're taking those young people, whether they are the valedictorian in their class or whether they're a young person that's just barely getting by, and we're able to turn out a finished product that everybody can be very proud of, and someone that makes a very positive contribution to this society.
Let me ask Lou. Lou, how'd you get into doing this? You've been doing it now for 7 years.
Well, actually, Fred, I got started, I was Dallas, Texas, pardon me, a few years ago, and